The tilt of the Earth's axis gives us our seasons, and because of the extremes in heat and cold, it's very important to keep track of the changing seasons if you're growing food. This seasonal cycle is important to ancient and even modern people. In some parts of the world, like the arid climates of the southwest states of the USA, the growing season was so short that people could not waste much time getting the seeds in the ground at the start of spring. But how do we predict when the growing season will begin in the spring? For that matter, how can we tell when the other seasons begin and end? It turns out that just by keeping track of how high up the sun gets over the horizon at noon, you can determine the start of the seasons exactly. Almost all ancient people that relied on planting times discovered this little relationship. The start of the four seasons, summer, fall, winter, and spring, are noted by what astronomers call the summer solstice, the fall equinox, the winter solstice, and the spring equinox. At the start of summer, around June 21st in the northern hemisphere, the sun is at its highest point above the horizon at noon. As the sun begins its movement back away from its maximum height, the number of daylight hours has declined to an equal number of daylight and nighttime hours. This is the fall equinox near September 21st. A few months later, the path of the sun arrives at its lowest point at noon. The sun spends very little time above the horizon of the northern hemisphere, and the night is much longer than day. Welcome to the winter solstice, or start of winter, around December 21st. After a few more months, the path of the sun works its way higher in the sky, eventually arriving at a path where day and night are equal. This happens March 21st at the spring equinox, a vital time for planting crops.